Hello, and welcome back to the Credit Genius U Credit Education Series. In this week's episode, we are going to talk about something called the Authorized User Trap. First, let's clarify what that is. If you've ever opened a credit card, you probably remember seeing a place on the application that asked if you would like to add an authorized user. An authorized user means that you give another person the right to use that credit card. You are still fully responsible for any charges put on the card, but this allows more than one person to have access to the credit card's available balance for purchases. Placing someone on your credit card as an authorized user is especially popular for parents who are trying to help their children build a credit history or learn proper debt management tactics. This works because all of the credit card information will appear on the authorized user's credit history, just the same way as if they were the primary card holder. And while this can be a positive thing for a young person building credit, we recommend steering away from this practice altogether if you can. As you may recall, our first 5 videos in the series discuss the 5 separate categories of credit data that make up your credit history. When you are added to someone's credit card as an authorized user, you actually affect all 5 of these categories in different ways. And while done properly, this can help some credit-challenged consumers. There is serious risk of damage to your credit scores as well. If the card has been opened shorter than the average age of your current accounts, you can damage your score. If the limit is too low, you can damage your score. If the primary cardholder misses or is late on a payment, you will see damage to your credit score just as if it were your own credit card and you had missed a payment yourself. And even something as small as the balance going up, which is typically something you will have very little control over, can have significant damage to your credit score. The main concern here is that because this isn't your credit card, you have very little control over how it is managed in the future. For this reason, we recommend that you get a credit card in your own name. Not only can you use it to increase your credit score, but you will also have peace of mind in knowing that since you always have control over what happens to the card, you will have no concerns about damage to your credit scores without your knowledge. There are certain rare instances where adding yourself as an authorized user can be effective. But before you do so, we recommend that you speak to your credit repair professional for a better understanding of the risks involved based upon the specifics of your situation. Well, that's all for this week's episode. We will see you next week for another episode of the Credit Genius U Credit Education Series. Until then, thanks for watching, and remember that with a little bit of work and our help, you too can be a credit genius.